Hey. I tried a couple times there to go live and it just kept spinning. So, and I think my camera's dirty. Hold on one second. There we go. No. Like this glare. I think that's, I don't know why that's happening. It's really weird. Let's see if I can. There we go. That's better. Yay! Hello. Hey, hey, hey. It is Infiniti here. What time is it? 5:38. Sorry, I'm late. It's 5:38. I got a little messed up with the time. Last time I looked at my phone, it said something like 11 after, and then I had it down here and I was in the bathroom, and then I kept looking at the clock on the stove, and it had a completely different thing going on, and I just wasn't putting it together. And then I look at I have a regular clock, like hands and everything. And I looked at that and it said 5:25, and I went, what? It was just 5:11 like 2 minutes ago. What's going on? And yeah, I just got really confused there. So kind of threw me off. I was all really zen and chill because I had plenty of time. And then next thing I knew, I was like, oh, I only have 3 minutes. Are you serious? I don't have enough time. So that happened. And then it wouldn't connect. It wouldn't go live just now. So anyway, it took a minute. It took a minute. You just got home. Very cool. So let's see. How was your day? How are you doing? How are you feeling? And let's see who else may show up. I did a companion video to this, and that was sorry, I just got so distracted in my head. That was the Dragon Fae Oracle that I pulled yesterday. So that's these cards. We had Andel. She actually came out and she came out again, which happens. Then we had Apollola. And actually, Apollola, I didn't mention this in that video, but Apollola comes out upside down in reverse, otherwise known as in reverse. And so this is Apollo right side up. And this is Apollola upside down. So this is how Apollola came out, upside down. So see what pops out at you, if anything at all. So I was reminded today about that. And it was really about this equilibrium thing, this getting into balance thing. As you can see, this is about the yin and the yang. And the way that this is depicted here and drawn, it can, when it's right side up, and then when it's in reverse is two really different things, obviously, that come out. But right side up, whoa, right side up, we have this thing where it's like, where, like, how is, this is all of this is Apollo, right? He's in the middle, he's the white, he's the yin, he's the yang, he's the black, he's the white, he's all of that. But then you can start to separate it and kind of play with that. And then it's the balance of these things. So again, when this came out in reverse, this is really speaking to not so much him, Apollo, but he says how the balance feels inside of you, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of how you identify sexually or by gender, any of those things. It is how is the balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine within you. And then I just keep feeling this impregnated energy with this. And this has come up a couple of times where it is about fertility, creativity, impregnation, just cultivating this energy. And so what I am seeing here is definitely that. And so what's coming to me really with this is saying, wherever you may be, to come in greater alignment with this within yourself, whether you're male or female. Like I said, doesn't matter your sexual orientation or how you identify as gender, anything like that. But once this becomes more in balance and that is your center, you really do have this impregnated feeling with creation, and you get very in tune with creation, which is very it's very balanced energy, but of course it's a very divine feminine centric energy, and it's an emotional energy. And so this is kind of like where we're at right now with things coming into alignment and stuff. Makeup, you're too beautiful. Aw, thank you, Sean. Hi, Sean. I have some eyeliner on today and a little bit of lip stuff. You're so funny. I had a good day. I was tired again. I've been really tired these last few days. A lot of transmutation, a lot of collective energy sifting through a lot of negative energy being squeezed out. So that's being transmuted into the collective. Being connected with a lot of what's going on, just globally with like ether missions. Oh my God, my dog is driving me nuts. Can you come here, please? Sit. Everybody say hi to Rosie. Say hello. Okay, stop staring. She has this thing where she just wants to stare at me. And yeah, can get old. Okay, so where was I? Stop. Just this licking thing, smacking, moist dog tongue thing. I can't. I just can't with this noise. It drives me crazy. You don't get tired? That's nice. It's like, it's not even like I don't even know if tired's even the right word. A lot of times I'm not even sleeping, or I'm like totally gone. It's weird. Anyway, I don't remember where I was at. If you guys can help me out with my own train of thought there before my dog totally distracted me. And I was talking about Paula. Oh yeah, and I think Paula and creational energy and all that good stuff, and having that balance within yourself and really being able to tap into this well constantly is really something that we're going to start. Hello. It's good to see you. Hello, King A. Hi. Welcome. Hopefully we'll get more people to show up. So we'll keep this forum, we'll keep it open for a while before hopefully we'll get into astral here. Okay, and then where were we next? We have the Green Lady of Why Drag God. So this one came up after that, so you can see that big dragon there in the background. So he shows up a couple of times in our reading. Here with her, and then also in Gaia's Dragon with Divine Union. So there he is. And then after her, we had the Dragon Fae Goddess Tiamat. And she's super powerful, if you guys remember that. Hopefully you guys had a chance to listen to that video that I posted earlier. Look what I'm drinking my almond milk out of. That's what I use as glasses. I use old jars of pasta sauces. I make my own sauce, but sometimes I use jars. Usually I don't use such a big one, I'm going to say. I accidentally grabbed it and I was pouring. I was like, oh man. I was like, screw it. It's huge. I usually use the little ones. Okay. So anyway, if you have not yet watched that video, then definitely check it out. It's okay to check it out after we get done here tonight. You don't have to rush to it if it didn't happen yet. I was just guided today to do that, make it its own video from the start. So, and there were a few people that did get to watch it, so I'm happy about that. Chime in if you were one of them, if you have any questions about any of that or any of that I brought up or talked about in that video. I think I went over everything that kind of came up yesterday in meditation, and then overnight, and then today. Other than that, yeah, watch it after. Go ahead. Yeah, it's just a little over an hour. There's a lot of good stuff in there. So, how is everybody? How are we feeling? How are we dealing with this very first day of this intense gate, you guys? This is the 9.9 Stargate. It's a big Stargate, lots of energies going on. We have a lot. We have the Perseids meteor shower that is at its peak tonight. So you need a decent amount of darkness always to see any kind of meteor shower. So if you get away from light, what's it called? Light garbage or light. I can't remember what it's called. Light garbage. It's not light garbage. Anyway, when you're in the city, there's a lot of light in the sky just from all of the different everything that's going on in the neighborhoods in the city and stuff like that. So you miss out on all the beauty that goes on in the sky just because there's just too much light. I can't think of the term right now. I'm a little out of it. I'm not going to lie, guys. it's been really intense, energetically. I just feel a little brain dead. Just a tad wee bit. So how are you guys feeling? How is everybody? It's also a Monday. So it's a Monday. We have a gate. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely felt a shift in energy and weather overnight. We went from summer to fall, just boom, there we go. At least here. I know in different places we've been feeling different things, of course. There's been a lot of intense weather happening, a lot of intense natural occurrences with the weather. And I use that term very, very loosely. But at least here in the mountains in Southern California, it's been pretty warm. And then just seriously, it was cold early this morning. It was cold. In my place is actually, it stays pretty cold anyway, but outside it was like around 60, and we haven't had that in some time. Yeah, I can see that you're a little off. Oh yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I just, yeah, it's one of those. It felt like this for the last few days. It's not like a bad thing. I mean, I still have my brain about me. It's just I'm kind of feel like I'm tapping into so many different like things at the same time that sometimes my computer just kind of and then like I've been in it, so it makes me tired. There's been a lot of interesting energy happening. Yeah, it's just weird. So I'm seeing one person, 8 likes here. What are you guys seeing, or what do you see? I know definitely Karen is here because she just said something, but Sean was here and King A was here. I was really hoping for just a lot of just a lot of shit going on. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why you weren't a moderator all of a sudden. You seem 9 likes and 1 watching. Interesting. I see 1 watching and 8 likes. And it is 5:55. Yeah. 5:55 on September 9th, you guys. Can you hear the music? Hopefully. Where'd everybody go? Let's talk real quick about what's come to me as far as physical symptoms and such. You're wondering the same thing. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not that off, am I? Am I that difficult to watch right now? Where is everybody? Yeah, I don't know. 5:55. Nevertheless, here we are. Oh, my ears are starting to pop again. That's the other thing too. My ears have been, there's been so much activity etherically, spiritually. I don't know how to describe it other than, and I don't mean this in a bad way, okay? I don't mean this in a bad way when I say it's just like having your really close relatives just all packed in really tight in your house, and you're just like, excuse me, can I get through? It's kind of like kind of what it feels like. It's just been they're like, you couldn't handle this all up in your house. Yeah, Now I'm making everybody laugh. This is a silly thought, but I don't know how else to, but that's just how it is. It's just all of, just like this, you know, I feel like this octopus and they're just like cracking up. You know, you okay, I'm the one that's up in here, you guys. Seriously. I swear. It's been crowded. Yes, that's the word, crowded. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I love you guys. It's just a little crowded. Like literally my head just like, let me lay down so I can not feel it so much. Yeah, this leading up to this portal has been really intense. I mean, it's just, yeah, there is a lot of energy and, you know, it could be too much for people. I don't know. It usually is. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not one of those people. It's been really intense. If I didn't have to be here, I would be in bed right now, meditating, not sleeping. I guess I've been doing a lot more. Yeah, it's been a lot of astral work, a lot of mission work going on. There's a lot happening mission-wise in astral. So it's crowded in here. It's busy on both ends. It's been intense in my 3D life. We all have our 3D lives and we have our and above. And when you're working on a whole bunch of different floors, it can get a little intense. And especially when you're being called to astral so much like I am. There's just no way for me to do all the things that I'm supposed to do and be a part of without me being an astral. And working to get my brothers and sisters and the rest of you guys more and more online and tuned in and getting the juiciest niblets of this energy. Willow Pillow, hey girl. You've been sleeping so much. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, it's necessary. It's like you gotta go. Like I went to do my astral yesterday in the tub, and I swear to you, I was asleep so much of that time. I was in there for like 3 hours, and I would meditate and just go to sleep. And I had to refill that tub so many times. I don't even know how many times I refilled the tub, because I would like open my eyes and be completely out of the water because it just slowly drains. I can't get it to just not drain. I got to get something better in there to plug up that drain. But and then I would be like, and then I just didn't want to move, and I just kept doing this. But there was a lot of work being done at that point, and then afterwards I was up, I ate, and I went back to bed and stayed there until 8 p.m. I think it was like 3.5 or 4 hours I slept. Yes. Happy 9/9. Oh yeah. It is 6:01, so happy 9 p.m. to you there on the East Coast, you guys. 9 p.m., 9/9. Welcome to the Stargate Live. We're going to get into Tarot and Oracle here. I did do that companion video earlier today because I knew it was going to be long, and it was. It was, and I knew it would be. And so, I wanted to save time. I didn't want our prequel to the astral to be, like 3 hours long, as it could and has, and I'm sure will be in the future at some point. It's just how it goes around here, right? Not that it feels like that ever. Never feels like that. It's just that much fun, and it's just that much fun here. Let me get some cards, you guys. I moved things around a little bit in here. Plus let me show you I got branches again. What am I caught on? I got branches again. Can we see? I didn't have branches in here since I moved in. Long story, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. I do again. So that's feeling amazing and has since I put them in here. And they're doing pretty well. They spent a couple days in the shower getting really wet, and they're still a little dry, but they're doing okay. I mean, I didn't get to them till like, I think it was 3 days after they were cut. I didn't know that they were cut. So, but this species of pine does pretty well. And even after they do get pretty dry, they'll still live. They may not look great, but they'll be alive for a long time. They just retain water really well. They're good at that. Okay, let's see. You've been feeling extra sensitive ever since you started working again. That makes sense. You made a pumpkin portal waiting for the leaves to turn colors outside so I can take pictures. Oh, what is a pumpkin portal? What is that? What is a pumpkin? That sounds amazing. I love pumpkins. I used to love to carve pumpkins like around, for Halloween. Of course, I got a little artsy on it. I'd do these like really detailed carvings. It would take me hours to do, like those really, really, like the ones that are really cool. I would do those. Haven't done that in forever though, but I did. I'm going to love it. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It sounds amazing. Okay, so let's get into some cards, you guys. I'm not sure where we're going with this. We're just gonna see. Make some room here. I need to get some stuff on my lips, so bear with me 1 second. I shall return. And I will, at some point here, I have to deal with cats moving around, or moving cats around, I should say. And my lips have been like super like chapped lately, and I don't even know why. I put really good stuff on them, but they've been super dry. And then I was guided the other day to can I just get it right, please? I was guided the other day to use avocado oil, just straight up avocado oil. It's what I use to pretty much cook everything is avocado oil. It has a really high smoke point, and it's really good for you. Has literally no flavor to it. I use it all over my body as well every time I get out of the shower. That's what I'll put my essential oils in with it, make my own blend. I have one of those pumps from IKEA filled with this oil, the avocado oil, and my blend of essential oils. And I just put that all over me. Not my face. I use evening primrose oil on my face. But I was guided to use avocado oil on my lips, and it was the only thing that I've been able to put on my lips in these last couple of weeks when they've been, for some reason, really, really chapped, that helped at all. So I highly recommend it. Okay. We're going to start with Archangel Oracle cards. That is not an Oracle card. It's an Abundance card. Where are those cards at? Oh, right there. Okay. All right. So Willow's been sleeping a lot too. No surprise. I'm going to keep going. Karen says she's been feeling more sensitive since she started working, like a week or two. No, a couple weeks now, right? Which, again, no surprise. Okay, I'm going to stop there, being told. Let's see what we got. We got nurture, Archangel Gabriel. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. Right now and always, you guys. Tapping into that inner child that we all have, and cultivating that relationship and really being authentic with that inner child, nurturing children around you, your own children, and any children that you see, really working with them, helping them out. I can't imagine it being easy to be a child in this day and age, especially when the fact of the matter is it's still the way it was when I was a child, and people don't know what's going on. And there's so much more going on. So that cannot be easy. We got Raziel with spiritual understanding. Some sacred geometry going on here with Metatron's cube. So sacred geometries come up a few times today, guys. So, and symbols and sacred geometry. If you haven't watched the video that I dropped earlier, you will hear about that in there. And so we want to get more and work with more sacred geometry and have that in our environment. We need to be looking at this stuff and working with these energies. I know that Willow does, and she creates things for people that cultivates this relationship. It's kind of part of her mission. So I suggest doing and working and just printing out some geometric, sacred geometry and geometric shapes, drawing things digitally or by hand. This will help with activations. This will help. Just go with it. Just kind of do it like another form of like automatic. It's like automatic writing, psychic, channeling and stuff like this is just letting go and just seeing what happens. And so this is something that needs to happen for us, because when we let our consciousness get in the way and be in the driver's seat, we're missing a shit ton of stuff. It moves just way too fast, and it doesn't pay attention to details, and it doesn't know to even know what to look for. Because this 3D world and the world that we've lived in these 3D lives really separate us from a lot of what's just below the surface and what we know on a soul-based level, on a universal level, from many, many, many incarnations and being who we are as souls in these lives, where this is not our first rodeo. We are advanced beings, and we're here, breaking through the cobwebs and remembering stuff. And there's different things put in play to help us do that. We need to use those tools in order to do that. So it's not just lip service when we talk about this stuff, and to not use it seriously when we talk about symbols, when we talk about geometric and sacred geometry and tapping in and working creatively and automatic writing and automatic drawing and any of this auto stuff, psychic stuff. It's really, really important, because you check out and your higher self can check in, and then that's when you start like getting a lot of upgrades to your system. Right? Am I right? People have been kind of cranky, so I've been avoiding the peoples for the past few weeks. Not a bad idea. Does having a transmutation? I have a few massive sacred geometric paintings. I think everyone should buy a compass and make circles and make the flower of life at least 1,000 times in their life. That is definitely a goal that I'm not sure I can even accomplish. You freaky freak, you. I don't think that you understand just how difficult sacred geometry is for the people who are not Willow. Even myself, my dear, it's a challenge. And I know definitely the more you do it, the easier it gets and all that good stuff. Absolutely. But some people are much more tapped in and gifted when it comes to this. You are so freaking funny. You just made my brain hurt so bad. I'm like, ugh. I remember that one time I did the flower of life. She's talking about 1,000. Oh my God. No, but seriously, all jokes aside, everybody. She's right. Absolutely. You should, I mean, the flower of life really is the easiest one you can do. And it really is. It's not that hard. I don't want to turn you off. It's really not that hard. When you get into, and the flower of life is definitely part of Metatron's cube here. So, and they're all, kind of connected, obviously. And so, oh my goodness. I'm dying. Does having a transmutation necklace count? I just got a transmutation necklace a few days ago and I wear it every day. Does it count as what? Oh, working with sacred geometry? I'm not even sure what that is. Is it like an argon pyramid, or is that what it is? I'd love to see a picture of it if you want to text me a picture of it. Hold on one second. Let me do something here. Why can't I hear that? Oh. Just bear with me, people. I hit the wrong button. Okay. Why can't I hear this? Oh, there we go. I'm going to see if these two tracks layered together is okay. Let me know if it bothers you. But I found this one. It's called Enchanted Forest Music. I really like it. And I'm playing it with psychic protection music. Okay. Yeah, send me a picture of this transmutation necklace. I want to see it. Okay, 616, you guys. Okay, so we got spiritual understanding with Raziel. Let me read this again. I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Prepare yourself for that in the astral, I'm hearing. We're going to be working with our third eye. We're going to be activating DMT, and we're definitely going to be seeing some symbols and sacred geometry in that space. So next up, we have Beloved One with Shamuel. I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship in line with what we were hearing earlier from the dragons, where we're going to work with all the directions and all of the ways of Gaia, of the air, of water, of earth, and of crystals and of ether and of all of these different aspects. And that's getting us into divine union with ourselves, with her, and with each other. Helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. That can mean a lot of things. However that's feeling for you, and it could be in every single way. Helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. That's you and your higher self. That's you and your soul family relationship. Your soulmates, if you are one of the people who have a twin flame. That for sure, especially at this time with this Stargate, you guys. That is kind of what it's all about. What we're doing here is to get us ready to work together in these co-missions. We're not really meant to do these missions on our own indefinitely. We have to spend time doing things by ourselves or with small groups. For some people, they've already coupled up with their soulmates or their twin flames again, but there's not a lot of people who are actually, that's what it is. This is going to sift through a lot of confusion, a lot of trepidation, a lot of fears, a lot of hurt surrounding romantic and familiar and friendship type unions and love and all that. Nobody's perfect, and we've all have been a part of situations that we wish went different ways. I think everybody can associate themselves and go, yeah, that could have gone better. And whether, regardless of the outcomes. And so we're just getting through these energies so we can soften things up, let go. It's kind of like we need to tenderize ourselves energetically so it can, it's like a grimy engine. Yeah, like a grimy engine. And after a while of not dealing with certain things, it's going to stack up and do all that stuff, and we're going to be kind of gooky. And then we have to tenderize and get soft in these areas, and then we can wash it away. And really feel into how we're meant to feel about stuff, about ourselves, and about being authentic and being in relationships where we can be authentic and allowing for space and allowing for growth and evolution, understanding and creativity and in union and separately. All of that is going on. Okay, next one with Haniel. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So this passion, this motivation, this drive to do things, to take in and on more, to learn more, to do more, to be more a part of the workings of the web of life and what's going on with Gaia and within Gaia. Okay, claircognizance with Uriel. Pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. So if we have situations or issues or need guidance or any of that stuff, this is when it comes. This is how it comes. We need to pay attention. I'm going to read this again. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. So we ask for help, and we just need to be online to receive that help, to be aware that it's coming. Sometimes we wake up with the understanding. I've done this my whole life. This is way before I even knew anything about myself, who I was, or why I was here. But I learned that and I didn't call it praying, I just called it, I think I just called it asking for my answers. I would, if I had something on my mind and I wasn't sure what to do or how to feel about it or, you know, whatever. I just had questions. I would, before I went to sleep at night, I would think about that and ask to know, like, I would just know that I would wake up in the morning and I would know what to do. And I would wake up in the morning. It'd be one of the first things I would know what to do. Or I would feel a certain way, I would be guided in a certain way, you know, that sort of thing. So practice that if you don't already do it. It really does work. So you can just, before you go to sleep at night, whoever you feel like talking to, it really doesn't matter, because you're really talking to everybody, but you know, whatever. It's however you want to communicate with yourself and with everybody else that's a part of your tribe and of the collective tribe. But you do have to be intentional about it. So you can intentionally get the information when you wake up. So there's that balance there. So a lot of times, I mean, we wake up with all sorts of stuff, but information and stuff. Same thing happens in meditation. We get a lot of information in meditation. Sometimes information we weren't even in line to ask for. It's just coming. Sometimes it can be a lot. I'm remembering not too long ago, a couple days ago, I was like, all right, stop. I'm getting way too much that nothing is sticking, because there are all these like really big things to do and ideas and so on and so forth. And I was just like, should I get a piece of paper and pencil as I'm standing in the shower, you guys? Because like, there's no way I'm going to remember all this stuff. I just knew it. And I just had to kind of shut it down. So, I mean, that can happen. It can be like the flow can be that hard. And then last but not least, you guys, we have Michael with "You are safe. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home." So be aware that they're, like Willow was saying, be aware that people can be a certain way about them. A lot of people are being triggered at this time to just start shit, especially with people of a higher vibration. So don't fall into those traps. If you need to stay away from people, don't feel the need to explain yourself. Because that just might spark a little fire just all by itself. That can tend to happen. So be aware of what's going on. And to address what you were talking about, Karen, about being extra sensitive since you started work again, well, you're around a lot more people. So you may need to get and do some more shielding before work, maybe during work, maybe just actively think about your shield, your bubble, your sphere, whatever you're using. And then we talked about selenite the other day, between you and I when we were speaking. So use your selenite, maybe this necklace a new necklace that you got, that'll help you as well. But you definitely, being around people and being around so many people, there's a lot of people that are in the hotel. I mean, you may not be right around all these people, but I'm not sure exactly how big this hotel is, but it's not like a tiny little place I'm seeing like a larger place. So, I have pistachios. I'm gonna have it. So I'm seeing this just like it's a lot more energy than you're used to being around. Even though you used to do this job It's different now. You're a lot more sensitive. So, for a lot of people, who go through the awakening process, they find that it gets more and more challenging to have jobs where they're in and around a lot of people. That's why a lot of people end up working from home because, and trying to have a home that's also not around a lot of people, just because they just energetically can't handle it. Good. Yeah. So you need to take, I'm glad that you're shielding yourself. I'm glad that you're carrying your crystals. That's all really good. Yeah, you want to move away from people, definitely. It just is easier on our systems. I mean, even me living up here, I'm above a lot of it, but I'm still one of those transmuting for the collective and working really closely with Gaia. So I'm already, running at this higher level of dealing with others' energy. So when I do go around more people, when I do go down the hill, or when it is crowded around here, when I'm just spending more time with people, it's extra taxing for sure. Okay. So to recap, I'm not sure if I did this in the right order, but we have nurture with yours truly, Gabriel. Came out that one first. Spiritual understanding with Raziel. We have passion with Hania. We have beloved one with Shamuel. We have claircognizance with Uriel. And we have you are safe with Michael. So again, call in Michael. He's saying, if you're feeling the energies, especially in a negative way from other people, if it's just what's going on, if you're feeling extra pressure, if you find yourself thinking and worrying about other people, or other people are on your mind a lot, that is a sign that more is in your field, and you're connected to others, probably in a more unhealthy way. They're tapping into you energetically. So to really investigate these things and to shut them down, if you're finding that it's something that isn't of a positive charge. So she says at work that TV was on and Love and Hip Hop was on, and I can feel the toxic energy from the show and the commercials. Yeah, isn't that a reality show? A lot of reality shows have a lot of dark energy associated with them. They're like manipulated to have, chaos and drama and inner turmoil, interpersonal relationships all getting messed up. There's a lot of usually alcohol use or addiction going on there. Been calling on Michael a lot. Good. That's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, so that sucks that you have to be around that. I would not be into that personally. That would upset me because I can't take being around a lot of that TV stuff that we've got that's on TV now. I'm just never around it anymore. I just don't. Yeah. For that reason. Okay. And we're going to. Actually, I am gonna. What are we doing? Okay, we're going to do the. Okay, we're gonna do the Heart of Fairy. Just got so tingly. We're gonna do the Heart of Fairy as soon as I pull these cards out. The Fairy Oracle cards are so energetically charged and magical, you guys. Seriously, when I start working with these cards, I feel it big time. It's a bunch of toxic negative BS on TV. Oh yeah, I can't with that stuff. My mother watches a lot of TV commercials that are, oh God, the commercials are so bad. And it seems like every other one, if I'm around it, happen to be around it at all, seems like every other one is about some pharmaceutical. It's really annoying. Like, it just irritates me so bad. And most of what's on is just so brain and mind numbing and ridiculous. Whoa, okay. Those are definitely coming out. Yeah, so that sucks. Lots of fear of sicknesses and horror shows. Yeah, exactly. So annoying. I mean, there's literally a pill for everything, and people are just not learning that these pharmaceuticals have not been around long enough to know what I mean, we know that any pharmaceutical is bad for you, but people just, it's like the people who are like, yeah, put a chip in me. That's cool. Or yeah, put implants in me of whatever. Your body's not supposed to have this foreign shit in it. Period. It doesn't like it. And it disrupts the whole. So it's best not to have as much of that as possible. Pharmaceuticals are definitely one of those things. You don't know what you're taking. And they push them so hard. So hard. Okay. I'm thinking about quitting my job because I have been feeling so uncomfortable being surrounded by all this toxic negative energy. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. That's understandable. Also, I got excited for the new Dark Crystal. That show is not for children. I don't know what that is. Oh, is that marionette show? I've seen a little bit of that. I don't watch, but I don't watch literally anything scripted. So, yeah, the puppets. Yeah. I saw a little bit of that on Instagram. Okay. Yeah, I did not see that. Heard of it, but did not see it. Okay, so the two first cards that came out, you guys, was the Lady of Song card number 42. And immediately I'm recognizing this as a mirrored number to one of the Dragon Fate Oracle, 24. Pretty sure we had a 24, yeah? Yes, that was Andel. So we have Andel with in 24, and then we have the lady, excuse me, the Lady of Song with 42. So the Lady of Song, and then we have the Leaving with 54. Closer, we have the Leaving. And then after the Leaving, we got card number 27, which is a 9, which is the Sorcerer. And then we got, last but not least, number, sorry, I almost said number 6, number 51, Into Minds. The Leaving. Okay. Let me get right into it with the Lady of Song, card number 42. Find it. Okay, I'm going to take this one makes me kind of ticked off. They make it for children and it's very fear-based. Oh no, that sucks. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. It's like to scare people away or scare children away from the magic, you know, and make it a dark thing. And it's just awful. It really makes me sad. But they're hungry for that too. So for any of you creators out there who are into puppets or any type of animation or anything like that that can make positive depictments of the Fae and of that those aspects of creation of Gaia, you're definitely encouraged to do so in a way that is to be connected and loving and peaceful, and to work with the elementals, not to be afraid, not to fear them. Anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. The Lady of Song, listening, stillness, harmony. Look at the Lady of Song. Take a look. Can you tell that she is listening attentively to the great song that the universe sings? She is so quiet, so very still, she can hear the most distant stars singing in harmony with our own planet. To hear this song is to become profoundly connected to the universe. She is here to remind you to listen. If you draw her in a reading, just sit still and listen for a moment. What can you hear? Of course, you hear the ordinary sounds of life that you may find comforting or annoying. But what else do you hear? Listen to the stillness beyond the noise. In that stillness, you will hear the song. Open your heart to it, and you will begin to understand that you are as much a part of the song as anything else in the universe. Raise your voice and sing with the Lady of Song and feel the connection. So this is also, so the Lady of Song, so this is speaking to, the stillness, to being quiet, and also our own vibration, our own soul song, and sending that vibration out in the healthiest way that we possibly can. We're always sending out our vibration every single moment of every single day. So it is our responsibility to send out the highest frequency that we possibly can. And the only way to do that, and do that most effectively, is to tap into our soul song, to our spirit selves, and to listen to it,
to tap into it and then project that out, whether it's through our voice or just through our actions, but it's our energy in one way or another. And so when they say to tap in and then sing with the lady, you literally just let the whatever noises, singing, vibrations, whatever you want to call it, escape and leave your body, and don't hold back. Take deep breaths when you do it. Sit in stillness and in silence as much as you can. You don't always need to make noise. It doesn't even need to be big or loud. It's just a little bit of frequency. Just calibrate yourself. Just listen and be quiet and still, and then connect and make these noises and sing and just kind of go with the flow. You'll feel much, much better. It's another form of meditation. But to be able to get information and to tap in is to be quiet. That was something that was asked of me when I was on the radio the other day, is if I'm always talking. And I guess from a certain perspective, I can see why people might think that, because I can talk. I have no problem talking. But the answer was definitely no. I spent a lot of time in silence, complete silence, not even the music that you're hearing right now, just silence. As I go about what I'm doing, or if I'm just sitting and being quiet, literally like the lady of song, you will find me looking like this quite often. Wet or dry. Definitely happens. So if you find it difficult to find your place, or if you're thinking right now, how often am I in silence? There was a time in my life I couldn't stand any silence because it was so loud. When I went silent, I didn't know what to make of it. There was so much static and so many overlapping things coming at me that the only way to drown it out was to have a lot of noise around me, or some kind of noise around me. I didn't realize I was doing it, and then when I did realize I was doing it, I was okay with it until I wasn't. I like putting earplugs in sometimes in the day. I can hear when the vibration around me shifts and other things. Oh, interesting. I'll have to try that. I'm not so sure how I'll like that. I have this thing with so much of this, like my ears doing this pressure thing and popping and stuff, that I feel like anything plugged in my ears would be very uncomfortable. But it's not always happening. So I guess I could make it a point to try to do that during times where it's not happening, because a lot of the time because a lot of the time it is happening. Okay, anyway, sorry guys. Let's move on to card number 54, the leaving. So here's the leaving, you guys. Yeah, I used to have some noise canceling headphones as well. Yeah, I should get some of those, because sometimes around here it is really loud. Well, I just shut all my windows and that pretty much does it, unless it's super loud. But yeah, okay, believing, I know. Moving forward, order, directions. So here's the leaving. It's my Sky app, probably talking about Perseids. The leaving. Everything you do, every new endeavor means leaving something behind. This can be a place, a person, or even a state of mind. You can't move forward without leaving some of what you were behind you. This is growth. It is important to acknowledge and the leaving of things as you begin your journey. When you leave your house to go on a journey, be it long or short, it is a normal thing to tidy up a bit before going. Putting things in their proper places, making sure that the plants are watered and the dishes are washed, in a way of ordering your mind and preparing it to go on to the next step. When you journey psychologically, spiritually, or metaphysically, you will also do well to leave your thoughts in order before you depart on that first step. Just as you would not venture into unknown territory without a map, you would be wise to ask for directions before you leave. In a reading, this may mean taking another card to guide you on those first steps. So what I'm hearing with this is to pay special attention to, I guess, information that is yet to come today. So later on in the astral there's going to be some key information for us to help us right here it says, when you journey psychologically, spiritually, or metaphysically. So when we get an astral, when we go into meditation, when we're connecting, when we're being silent. So these are really very much connected. The Lady of Song, listening, being quiet, connecting, and then the leaving are very much connected. You want to get your thoughts in order and be clear, especially the higher we go in dimensions when we go into astral, whether we're together as a group and I'm guiding you, you're doing it on your own. It's good to go into that space as clear as you possibly can. That's why we spend sometimes, you know, I don't even know how long, to be honest, but we'll spend a good amount of time getting our bodies in a certain place before we start doing, like, really going astral, or it's really a part of us going astral, because we need to have that energetic space to be able to go to these higher places. And so just remember that for yourself when you're tapping in and working on your own. Okay, so that's the leaving. So we're talking about changes, shifting, evolving, moving on, getting into a place, stargates, portals, all this stuff, where we need to acknowledge that we're no longer the people that we used to be in real ways, for some of us in almost every single way. Yet there are pieces of us that still remain. But we need to acknowledge the pieces that we must leave behind, and we can't be the same and change at the same time. We can't not pack up our shit and move while we live in a new house. It doesn't work that way. You know, we have to do the work. We have to acknowledge all of these processes in order to move forward. It just doesn't work. We don't go from, you know, like elementary school and then, you know, intermediate or middle school into high school without leaving things behind as we move forward. We learn at a very young age, those of us who were, hopefully the system will be less and less used in the future, but it was the way that it was done before. And so, or still is done, where we're learning at a very young age that we're like leaving things all the time as we're moving forward. It's not necessarily a bad lesson, but it's one that a lot of times we associate with it being a bad lesson, a negative lesson. But we need to understand that in order to evolve, we're needing to leave things behind. Okay, number 27. So I guess I'm just hearing for some people, this might resonate in the sense that we really don't get a have your cake and eat it too kind of situation in these new lives that we're heading into. And for some of us, that's a hard pill to swallow. You can't decide that you want to be fully in mission and then decide not to acknowledge very important aspects of that mission. It just doesn't work that way. We have to do it all. It's kind of like an all or nothing. And in this portal, it is extraordinarily important to get on board with that understanding. You need to leave the stuff behind that is no longer serving you and keeping you held back from moving forward out of habit, out of comfort, out of familiarity, out of fear, out of self-ridicule or judgment or whatever the hell that it may be. We need to get over it and not play into this stuff, because all it's doing is keeping you from moving forward. It's that last challenge, the big monster at the end of the level that you have to defeat, and he runs at a different pace and beat and vibration than all that came before it. So you think you know, like, oh, this is easy, da 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 da, and then you get to the end of the level, and you realize, oh, I'm having to contend this extra big monster dude. This is the way that it works as we go through levels, right? And a lot of what you learned in the level doesn't even apply to this dude, because he moves in a completely different way and your rhythm is off and you get stomped. And most people don't cross through these thresholds without being a little beat up. And so the more resistance to, you know, holding on to what you think you knew that's going to help you get through into the next level and phase is not necessarily the things that you want to employ and take with you. You just really need to pay attention to where the energy is of that you're being guided, and what you're supposed to be, what your focus should be. It's different for all of us, so we have to discern that for ourselves. Okay, so number 27, the sorcerer, is next. Okay, the sorcerer. Interesting help, true magic, and consequences. So look at this person. Are you surprised? He's such a dull little man. Funny hat, funny nose, big ears, not paying the slightest bit of attention to you, you would think. Look again. There he is, nestled in the tree roots, listening, thinking, just about to move. And when he does, you might want to duck. Sometimes the most powerful beings appear to be the most insignificant. The sorcerer is one of those beings. He doesn't create flashy illusions, and he doesn't astound with feats of magic, but if you need to call on a powerful being as you travel in fairy, he is one to seek out. Sorry, he is the one to seek out. Approach him with caution. He is really not concerned with the everyday struggles and endeavors of fairy, let alone the human world. He works for his own ends, but he may help you if it suits his purpose. Think carefully before you ask him for anything. His help could have interesting consequences in the future. If you meet him, it may be best to nod respectfully and pass on. On the other hand, when he turns up, you may know exactly what you need to ask for. If you have an intuitive flash about why the two of you have come together, then by all means ask your question and see what happens, as long as you're prepared for the consequences. So there is the sorcerer. So what I'm hearing with him is we always should, and we always need to be asking questions. So it's kind of a constant thing to be asking questions. What he wants us to pay attention to is, what questions are we asking? What are the questions? What are the things that we're paying attention to? And what are the questions that we're asking? And why are we asking those questions? What's driving those questions to come up? And then dissect that a little bit. Especially when we're dealing with the portal stuff, you guys, we really deal with a lot of garbage to come in to kind of disrupt. And it's necessary to, yeah, really pay attention to where we're being led with our questions. Which takes us directly into number 51, Into Minds. And we saw this card not too long ago as well. Actually, I think we've seen all of these cards pretty recently, to be honest with you. So Into Minds is card 51, Internal Dialogue, Decision, and Action. Should I, shouldn't I, could I do it this way, but then again, could I do it that way? I could change things, but then again, I could just let it be the way they are. I could get up and do something, or I could sit here and think about it. Do I want Chinese food or Italian? A walk in the park or another hour in front of the TV? Decisions plague our lives. Decisions and questions. What are we doing? Into Minds has never made a decision in his life, at least not one that he has stuck with for more than a minute or two. He can't. He literally has two voices going on in his head at all times, and they never ever agree. Do you recognize him? Okay, I'm going to stop right here. This is specifically speaking to dark negative energies getting in and disrupting us and going back to this. What are we thinking about? What are these questions? Where is this road taking us? This is all connected. So be quiet. We're going to evolve. We need to move on. See things for what it is before we get there. Think about what we're thinking about and realize that we've been in two minds our whole freaking lives. And it's not us. It's outside of ourselves. It's the forces that come in to whisper in our ear, but they're attached to us until we really see them for what they are and remove them. We're not meant to live in this state. It doesn't make any sense. We're meant to live in this state. So you see the difference here? Huge difference. We're meant to be this, and most of us are this, and we have moments of this. So we need to see these things for what they are, so we can leave this state of mind, because for most people this is constant. And it's not about decisions, it's about thoughts and ideas and thought processes and stories we tell and what's going on, and being passive or being in control of this entire process. And now more than ever, as we deal with, again, being in a Stargate this important, we need to seriously pay attention to this for ourselves and what is going on in our environment, because it's extraordinarily important to keep us and ourselves, our thought processes, all of this good stuff in a certain way, so we can move forward into the highest timelines that we have afforded to us as we've gotten to this point. Okay. Everybody on board with that? So there we go. I'm going to thank the Heart of the fairies, for coming in and giving us these messages. They make a lot of sense to me. I hope they do to you guys. Yeah. Okay. Thank Thank you. Yes, thank you to the Fang. All right. And then last but not least, we are going to I'm going to pull a couple of the Angels of Abundance cards, and then we're going to take a little break, get some foods in our bellies, and then come back for the astral. Okay? Before it gets too late, it's 7:02. We got a 9, 2 people, 8 likes. We have a gratitude list coming up. Gratitude list. This is a great time to do a gratitude list, you guys, as we're in this 9/9 portal. Staying in high vibration and being grateful for everything that we have going on and everything in our lives and everyone in our lives and all of that good stuff is a really, really good way to go and be feel into your soul and be super, you've been doing daily gratitude lists. Perfect. We were guided to do that like 2 months ago or so. Good. So I'm going to read this. Gratitude list. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. Again, why do that? Don't do the worry thing. It turned into a habit. Perfect. Okay, what and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of the universe. I got a book just for gratitude list. Oh, that's beautiful. I've been feeling gratitude on a daily basis too. Perfect. Well, I certainly, I haven't done all that I meant to do as far as all my directives either. It's been not the easiest thing, and while I am constantly in a state of gratitude and grateful for every little divine being that I live with, my cats, my dog, even though she drives me nuts, I do love her. I am grateful for her. My bird, just all these different things in my world. Writing a gratitude list, especially on a daily basis, like we were directed to a couple months ago. It was supposed to be 7 things that you're grateful for every single day. And it was supposed to be actually morning and night. So it was really intense gratitude, matrix of abundance type of connection, what you're grateful for morning and night. That was the directive. But whenever you can, especially if you can put it in writing, it's definitely something that will help you to stay high vibrational. So, gratitude list, you guys. Oh, geez, they're literally right in front of me. Sorry. Being told to get more. Cooperation instead of competition. We've seen this card before as well. And it continues to be a theme. So we're just going to reiterate this once again, you guys. Cooperation instead of competition. What's yours is yours and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete and there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. So, any kind of like those selfish tendencies that people still are holding on to. Afraid to expand out and share. We need to just let go of that and reach. We're not going to reach new heights without each other, you guys. And that takes cooperation. Learning that competition's to be left for games and not life. And we can only improve and live upon this world with Gaia in our highest vibrational selves and be in mission to the capacity that we're meant to if we are in a unity, oneness state of mind. And that has nothing to do with competition. I haven't written a list of gratitude, but I've been feeling it. I have to write it. Yeah, me too. I have to write it too. So I love what Willow did. She got a very specific book just for gratitude lists. And I think that's a fantastic idea. So I definitely want to piggyback on that. Thank you so much, Willow. I'm encouraged to do that. And I, you know, when it comes to all this stuff about documentation, lists and stuff that we were told to do from a couple months ago, I haven't done what I was supposed to do either. I intended to. I bought stuff to do it and just haven't. I don't want to make excuses. I just haven't. It is something that I've been thinking about more these last few days, especially leading into this 9.9 portal. So doing this gratitude list, having a book specifically for it, and I have a couple different blank journals. I can just decide now this is what it is. So I'm going to pick one and I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave it out and I'm going to set an alarm for myself and do what the directive said to do a couple months ago, which is 7 things in the morning, 7 things at night. And yeah. So that was and that's also a blog post in my website, Infinite Love Light Energy. And that was from, let me just find it right now. So I'm not guessing. I can tell you what it is right now. And you guys, it was also a video, so you can listen to this whole thing. There it is. I will tell you right now which one it is if you guys want to go. This was directives and information for, I believe, the month of July. So it came through in June. But still a lot of pertinent information. Oh, things are, oh, okay, I remember now. Yeah, okay, so I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, the summer solstice. Okay, so it's this one it's from June 23rd. It's the High Counsel, the summer solstice, tipping the abundance matrix, July energy update 2019. So you can listen to it.
The land for the abundance matrix as well. That is a lot, and much of this does need to.
Okay, so it's one of those kind of videos. You can also just read about it. So you can find it on my YouTube channel. You can find it on my Infinite Love Light Energy. Just scroll down, look for the High Counsel, the summer solstice, the tipping point. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Oh, I'm going to copy and paste if I can find my page again. Where are you guys? Where's my live? There we are. Okay, so that's the link. It was just 133222. That is the link to that. That's where all that came. 33333. Sorry, hold on, you guys. Lost my cord. Okay. All right, and I do believe that is it. So we have gratitude list and cooperation, not competition. We heard from the Dragon Fae, from the fairies, and from the angels of abundance, and that will be all for now. Before it gets too late, we're going to take our break and get back here in about 10 to 15 minutes. I'd like you to take a potty break, to eat, just start calling in your spirit tribe, light your candles, light some incense, get some essential oils going on, bring in your crystals, go around, gather up whatever crystals you're being told to meditate with, And I will see you guys back here in about 15 minutes. We are 1:33:43 into the speed at 7:12 p.m. Pacific. So let's plan on meeting back here at 7:30 Pacific. I will update that event. So it'll say 7:30 instead. And I will see you guys then. Thanks for being here, you guys. I love you so much. Infinite love and blessings. Don't forget, the key is to create. And I love you already. Bye, guys.